Resources Board.
We don't even need that sentence.
The last sentence?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
In the top paragraph, public access to clam flats, can you public access to
The town.
shellfish?
I was gonna just say, it's enhancement of public access from the town landings.
That'll work. And leave out clam flats. Yeah.
Can you read that one again?
So the sentence will read, central to the success of managing the trends in shellfish harvesting, conservation, propagation, is enhancement of public access to the town landings and other traditional access points.
Okay.
Right under shellfish warden, Saginaw County Sheriff, 1R.
And Ruth?
Dang it.
I think you also, when they have a shellfish, it should say Shellfish Warden Services is the topic.
Okay, yeah. Saginaw County Sheriff Department and staffing for shellfish warden services.
No, well, you've got Shellfish Warden, it should say Shellfish Warden Services. We don't
Right.
have a Shellfish Warden, just
Right.
services, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, we'll change it to shellfish warden services.
And you say,
That first sentence is gonna have to be,
provided by,
yeah, what,
I would say the Shellfish Warden Services provided by Saginaw County Sheriff works with marine resources, and then take out the last sentence.
The shellfish warden works with the Marine Resource Board.
Warden Services provided by Saginaw County.
Because it's no longer a warden per se.
Provided by Saginaw County's sheriff.
Works with the marine,
Works with Marine Resources. And then getting rid of that last sentence.
And then, in the responsibilities, you're gonna change all these wardens around. Records warden. I mean, I don't even know if we need a constable of the warden will carry out his duties to keep things orderly at a public meeting. I don't think we need that in there, do we?
didn't have a fight a couple years ago with clamors at the meeting?
Not that I know.
this is a new age, you never know.
But we have no warden to do that. All these law enforcement is the sheriff.
I guess it's Saginaw County Sheriff.
But it's, the reference to the warden in this paragraph, I don't think we need to mention that, because the sheriff would do that anyhow. I mean, and you can take that one out.
Attending the meetings,
Just the whole thing, yeah.
all specific responsibilities.
No,
You can-
as a constable, the warden will carry out his duties at public meetings, so that can go.
That's gone. And everything else, I'm replacing warden with Saginaw County
Sheriff
sheriff.
will carry out the duty, full authority to arrest.
That's what I'm saying, just redo those that way, all those warden.
Yeah.
But all these specific responsibilities, are these outlined by the town?
Yes,
Okay,
by the town, okayed by DMR.
okay.
DMR has to okay, any change we propose, DMR has to okay it before we can okay it. Before the town, we can okay it.
Okay. What changes for 9-6?
Clam flats again in the last paragraph, in the middle.
Okay.
Those are the shellfish areas, shellfish harvesting areas. It's more than just clams.
Closing of shellfish flat.
Harvesting
Harvesting
areas.
areas. And then, when you're ready.
Right.
On 9-7,
Mm-hmm.
that first sentence, there again, it should be shellfish harvesters. And I don't know if you can say must put more conservation time, or should, or, I don't know. That sounds a little odd.
Maintain.
Must participate in conservation time.
But it's,
You have to have 10 hours to renew your license.
yeah, I know that, I'm saying the sentence just doesn't, when you say must put more,
Must participate.
Must participate at least 10 hours.
no.
Would be well served to put more conservation time into their flats.
Who's saying that? Who's saying that?
And who's flats?
Anybody that's common sense.
I don't,
No, I know what,
but there is a
They're-
requirement of 10 hours.
Right. So, but they'd be well served to put in more than that. For-
Maybe,
They'd get better productivity.
maybe.
I don't know, I just,
Should consider more.
yeah, but who's saying that to them?
That's fair.
This,
They know better than we do.
I see what you're saying, David. To maintain the productivity of the resource, shellfish harvesters
should continue.
should continue to put conservation time into their flats to ensure long-term productivity.
I like that.
And I think that long-term productivity, is that we could probably get rid of that because we're already talking about productivity in the beginning. To maintain the
Yeah,
productivity
that's
of the
what it's-
resource, do this to
Yep. it's
ensure
the same
long-term
twice.
productivity.
All right, that sounds better.
All right, should consider the conservation time in their flats.
Nobody thinks about the long term anymore.
Maintain long-term productivity of the resource,
Sounds good.
Thank you. Okay, under public safety,
Okay.
the 4 lines directly under there
Mhm.
are repeated under police and policing and dispatch. So you can get rid of those 4 lines.
For the public safety paragraph?
Right under public safety, those next 4 lines are repeated right under policing and dispatch.
Right in the middle of the paragraph.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So in the
Yeah.
beginning of it.
I guess it was worth repeating,
So,
for safety's sake.
so I'll get rid of that,
Public safety.
Yeah.
Just the,
That,
rid of
that
that
just
paragraph.
the first 4 lines.
You're saying expenses for West Bath, start with that.
Or dispatch service, yep, they are.
No,
Wow.
In animal control, ready yet?
no, I would get rid of it right under the title,
Yeah.
public safety.
Yeah,
And leave it where it is under
Right.
policing and dispatch.
right.
It fits better.
So I'm getting rid of those 4 lines under public safety, and it's just that,
It's gonna start with police and dispatch.
Yeah, that's
Right.
fine.
yeah, okay, that's what I wanna be sure about.
In animal control,
Yes,
after the animal control officer, put a comma, take out the is. So it reads animal control officer, comma, appointed by the West Bath Select Board, comma,
is responsible for.
is
enforcement.
responsible for enforcing.
Okay.
And then down below, on the third up from the bottom, on the town, take out may be expected that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why that happened.
So how would that line read? Is the effective suburbanization of the town continue?
Current animal issues may increase.
Do you still have a rabid fox issue?
I haven't heard too much.
So it must have gone away.
There are 2 foxes
The
in
ebb
the
and
house.
flow.
Hmm?
The
But I mean
babies
that-
ebb and flows.
They're not rabid.
No, they're healthy.
They're healthy.
They're eating chickens.
They're, I just said they're eating chickens.
Oh, no.
Very healthy.
Max, I'd like to applaud you for actually working the survey into a lot of these paragraphs. In the first paragraph about policing, you said the survey indicated only 5.7% did not approve of emergency, you know.
Yeah, that is
That's a nice little fact. And you've done that repeatedly over the course of this, so good work.
Go get yourself a free ice cream today.
I already did.
Huh?
I already got my free ice cream.
You still gotta get it early.
Because of what was said earlier, should I also put in see Appendix A after that survey percentage?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, what you could do, you listed, all survey stats will be listed entirely, is it in each paragraph, put some.
I was gonna say, make this more of like in the introduction section, just like what we're, like the asterisks, what's that supposed to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and reference that, it's for the surveys.
Total survey results available somewhere, yeah.
All right.
So 9.8, you're still looking for all this data?
Yeah, I need the fire chief to
Oh.
let me know about the calls.
And the
Yeah,
equip-
he's
Yeah,
working on it.
2000.
I talked with him about that today.
And the equipment's different too.
Yeah, there's a lot of equipment changes.
It needs to be written in 2020.
Yeah.
And you could in these numbers.
Right.
We made a lot of fire equipment purchases lately.
You know, can I interrupt something? I want to ask the committee members and Christine and Suzanne, all this shellfish stuff we talked about and we're worried about maintaining the flat's health and vigor and so forth. Somewhere else earlier in the report, we've identified that there's these overboard discharge problems in a couple places. And we kind of talk about it as it's nasty and we wish it weren't there, but we're helpless to stop it. Is there nothing we could put in a long-term comprehensive plan about an action plan to
The state offered huge,
diminish those over
the state
time?
operated,
The state controls those.
the state offered, it was a 75% replacement value to pay, to turn it over to a septic.
If they could find available land to punt it to,
And people,
some cases they couldn't
They
find
should.
land.
What your suggestion could probably be in part one of the comp plan, just listing a strategy underneath saying, develop a plan.
the goal would be to eliminate
To have zero.
all of the.
I don't know where it goes and,
But I think it's important enough to,
Yeah.
You can't
Some
force
section of
it, you can only entice it.
no, but you can mention that we're hopeful.
Pursuing the goal.
Or have as an ambition the encouragement
in
of,
coordination with the state of Maine.
yeah. I don't know where that
I don't know
goes.
if that
I don't think that's still,
reimbursement's not available
I
anymore.
don't think it is.
It's not available anymore.
What,
The state reimbursement program
That's like 15
to
years
assist,
ago.
to assist
Yeah,
septic
I was
systems,
wondering before
is
we bought our
gone.
property.
that funding's gone. But there may be other incentives you could do, but some of those places, I know, try to find a place they could,
Yeah, and I think that's really the issue with the remaining systems.
There's no place
is
to
that
put
they
it.
can't accommodate a traditional
Unless they put,
wastewater
and
system.
they can't, there's no place for them to come to. No one said, yeah, you can use my property to put your system on.
Yeah, so until there's an alternative system that they can use.
unless they pump out
but
a
there
tank.
are alternatives in other communities.
Right.
These people are right on the water,
Right.
owning no land, and no place for systems. So they
So
use,
it's a system that they've built right on the water with no land.
it's an overboard
Because
discharge,
they-
licensed by the state of Maine, okay by the state of Maine.
We have one at the town office in Bristol.
But it's worth mentioning someplace, you just said, Bob, and
Right, so
that
I'm gonna
section.
put under the part one where it goes over all the strategies, I'll include a strategy about working with Maine DEP to just remove OBDs in West Bath.
Pursue the,
encourage.
Pursue
one-
alternative.
to encourage
something.
alternative, you can't.
To encourage
No,
alternatives to.
To the current OBD systems.
To existing OBD systems.
I know it didn't belong here, but we're moving away from shellfish and
Right.
all that
No,
stuff.
Well, it's your mind.
I think it's a terribly important thing, and it's been bothering me, but I haven't known how to talk about it or bring it
Well, I
up.
don't either, but, so I've learned something in just what's discussed here.
Right.
That the state tried to,
So is
Trying to
this, is this
supplement.
more than
They
gray
pay for
water?
75% of insulation of a field and a tank, and people still didn't do it.
Is this more than gray water that's going into?
no,
Yeah.
this is,
but the
It's
state
septic.
issues the license, right?
Correct.
Mhm.
right.
I would think if they're
They can't
gonna,
force you to not be able to use your property.
but you said they don't own any land.
But they can't, no, that where they live. They can't,
It's,
you can't put it next to your well. You have to be so many feet away from your well, so you don't pollute.
It's state control, but let's just leave it at,
yeah, I was gonna say.
Max will put something in
They
there,
could use a
let's leave it there.
compost.
Yeah, we're not gonna solve it tonight.
Okay.
They could use a
I was gonna say,
compostable.
let's move along.
They have gray
Let's-
water going
just-
in.
Let's move along.
Just with
Okay.
how much time's left, we'll, let's
keep-
finish page 9, and we'll call it there, halfway through public facilities, and then that's, everyone will be able to just review the documents for the next meeting.
On 9-8, the first line, I think it's awkward to say financial payments. They're on the payroll. So it's really not financial payments.
Well, it's to the other volunteers. I
Yeah,
think
but
they get
it's not financial payments.
Stipends, financial,
Stipend?
hourly stipends.
It's not really,
It's, you get credit, you get paid for your hours.
yeah,
They're on the payroll like anybody else.
yes.
So however you say that.
Okay.
Say financial stipends.
Financial payments makes it sound like they're a contractor.
Okay.
I would not use the word financial.
Say hourly stipends,
Yeah, I was gonna say stipends is fine.
That's better, yeah.
hourly stipends.
Hourly stipends, okay. All right.
Okay, next.
I guess this is page 9-9, I think. These are the medical services and the remaining fire department paragraph.
It should read, fire department continues to study alternative ways.
The better is,
Right, and then including a new rescue truck with current technologies that is, instead of would be more efficient. And when we spoke with the fire chief, this two-line sentence down there, you know, you're talking about equipment and that, he told us what he needed, and one of those things I remember was an SUV, not an SUV,
Side by side.
Those were some of the things that they would like to have, but they were a priority right now.
right, but are these the
These
things-
are old, these are all old, oh.
Shouldn't we take them out then?
Wait.
These last two,
the last two before medical services.
right there,
Yeah.
because those aren't what he requested.
I think it should be the whole sentence.
Yeah, we'll move it.
In the last sentence in that first paragraph, we're mutual aid for a number of towns around here, you know, Woolwich, Georgetown, Arousing. So we should change that somehow, West Bath's role as a member of
Mutual
the
aid
regional
provider.
mutual aid. Yeah, rather than just mention those three towns.
And you're talking about ambulance service, residents to
And
Maine
he's
Health
right.
Midco.
Hang on, he's still ready.
He's still ready.
Right.
He's
I was about to say, as population and economic development of the region grows, I'll just say, West Bath's,
Provides mutual aid for,
yeah, West Bath's,
Participation,
participation in mutual aid as well.
regional mutual aid maybe,
Yeah,
because it's a whole region, you know, they go Thompson,
yeah.
wherever, Freeport.
Also increase. And I'll just leave it there, that just West Bath participant mutual aid will also increase, period. And I'm sorry, what was the medical service one?
The volunteer residents too, it should be Mid-Coast Hospital in Brunswick. Take out Parkview merging, that's not necessary.
It's part of the Mid-Coast Hospital
Right,
system.
yeah.
Right.
Well, he's just explaining
Yeah.
that they did merge.
Yeah, but it's not important because
I
They did.
think,
I mean, I left it in there because if someone was here in 2019, whether, oh, where's Parkview? Parkview merged.
Actually,
it's
it merged before.
I think it's
2021,
fine.
but
I mean, I'm fine either way, it is brief in the sentence.
I think it was before 2020,
It was.
but-
So remove the sentence?
Well, 2020 wasn't, it merged before.
Well, they merged with Mid-Coast Hospital.
Yeah, Maine Health, I think, was
Then Maine Health
2020.
came after that.
So 20,
I mean, that was a big, I mean,
With Maine
I
Health.
know
was
that's
2020.
historical, but that merger with Parkview was a big deal.
so sentence remain, remove,
Well, it's not the right date, so.
you need to check the date on it.
Parkview.
Yeah, it's two different.
Well, the problem is, Max, is that
two
Parkview
different things happened.
merged first with the
With
Mid-Coast
Mid-Coast.
Hospital. That was a number of years ago. And
And
then,
then Maine Health, yeah.
oh.
That was
and then Maine Health, I think the same time that Mid-Coast became part of Maine Health.
Right.
So,
Two different dates.
yeah, it may be better to leave it out,
Okay,
leave that sentence out.
so I'll leave the mergers out.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right?
Any other changes for 9-9? Well, it's 8 o'clock.
Yes, it is.
Do we want to continue going on? We're about halfway through now. We'll stop a couple of
I
words.
think
We stop a couple of books. To be continued.
we'll be more efficient if we all have to read it ahead of time.
I need to let you know that I will not be here for the next meeting. I will be in Malawi, but I'll be back for the following one.
You want to Zoom, perhaps?
I have April
It's only
10th as the next
It's
meeting.
only 4 hours difference, so I could do it easily.
So we have down April 10th is the next meeting,
All of them,
Yeah.
and the 24th.
Down to 24th,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll be back on the 22nd. I'm leaving on Thursday.
The internet might not be so good.
Actually, Malawi has pretty good internet.
Well, maybe it's better than West Bath.
well, maybe West Bath, that's.
Currently, maybe. It's working.
What do we get?
Too big.
Nice.
I'm pushing.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Only so much I can do.
What's gonna happen?
I got faith.
Yeah, do we adjourn? There was
I do
no
too.
motion.
We haven't taken a vote
It's the
yet.
right time. What, we can't go yet?
We haven't taken a vote yet.
To adjourn.
Oh, we're still recording.
I thought we were adjourned.
Is there a second?
That's what I'm moving.
All right, all those who want to get out of here.
David, the next meeting you said was the 24th after the 10th?